Well, last night I was strolling through YouTube and I discovered a writer's tag. Um, Now it wasn't directly pointed at me, but it looked so much fun, I decided to do it. So if any writers out there who have a YouTube channel get this, I, I encourage you to do this. It's called the Would You Rather tag. It's a bunch of questions that I have to answer. So, let's see how this goes. You guys ready? Here we go. Alright, would you rather have a male main character or a female main character? I think I'd rather have a male main character. I mean, female main characters are just as good to write, but I'm more familiar with male main characters. That's only right now, though, so I've only written so many characters so far as MCs. And I haven't really had any trouble writing female characters, really, compared to guy characters. So there's not much of a difference for me, but probably just guy because I'm more used to it. So would you rather wake up before dawn every day to write, or stay up into the early morning hours to write? Kind of funny because that's actually what I'm doing right now. I woke up really early before the sun was even up and took a shower and did some school, and then I decided to do this. And I might do some writing too, if I get to it. So yeah, I'd much rather get up before the sun than stay up late. When it comes to writing, I find a lot of things that I'm most productive in the morning if I'm up actually, whereas in the evening I'm better at vegging. So, yeah. So number 3. Write a book that is torturous to write, but which is very popular, or write a book that is fun to write, but which is only known by a small audience. I think I'd like the torturous one more. I mean, it'd be hard to write, but in the long run it'd be worth it, you know? So, I mean, a large audience means I'm getting attention, and my book is selling, and I'm getting money out of it, and I can actually focus my profession on being a writer, which would be big. If I could actually get money coming in from this profession, soundly and lucratively, and you can expect it monthly, and people are looking for more books, then I'd very much like that. It'd be nice to have of course I'd want at least a small fan base, but I'd much rather have a large fan base, you know? So, alright, write a sci-fi story or a fantasy story? Sci-fi or fantasy? See, the thing is, I don't fit into either category. Like, when I write... Here, let's go a little bit. When I write, I go everywhere. So, I don't really know how to answer the question. Maybe fantasy, I guess. I don't know. I lean more towards the fantastic than the scientific. But, well, that's not really true. I don't really lean towards either. As long as it's just not boring. If something's amazing's happening. So, I don't know. So, I don't know. Let's go to the next one then. Would you rather use first person or third person? First person. I really like first person. A couple years ago, before I really started writing, when I thought I was a writer and didn't really know what I was doing, I thought third person is the way to go. Who writes in first person? Hardly understood what first person was. It always seemed weird to me. And then after doing the OEM program, and writing in first person for a year, I haven't really gone back. I mean, I write some stories in third person because that makes more sense for me, but I prefer first person, I think. So yeah. Alright, meet any character of any book, short story in real life for one day, or personally know any author you wish. There are some really amazing authors out there that I really like to meet. Like Tolkien, that'd be awesome. But there are some even more amazing characters. Characters are just the bomb. I mean, I could even meet one of my own characters. I could eat Aragorn, or let's see, like I don't know, Aang. I could eat Smaug. Probably wouldn't be the most friendly character though. But I'd much rather meet a fictional character for a day, I think, because it'll be incredible. But yeah. All right. Only be able to write your book in scenes from end to beginning, or only be able to write it in scenes that jump around in the timeline randomly. End to beginning, I think. Because part of the problem for me with writing randomly, going at randomly in the book, is I'll have a sort of plan for the book, but that plan becomes clearer and stronger and more concise with every page that I write. I flush it out stronger, and it becomes a stronger thing, and then I can go back and edit. If I just jump around randomly, I'm going to be doing tons of editing afterwards. So, linearly. I prefer linearly. Only be able to write dialogue if you act out the voices out loud, or only be able to write action if you act it out in real life. See, that's a hard one because I'm not brilliant with acting out voices, but when it comes to acting out scenes in real life, as fun as that would be, there aren't dragons in real life. And a lot of it would be hard to act out. But I still think I'd prefer to do that over the out loud voices. Although if I could put on any voice of any character, that'd be different. So, alright. Publish with the most successful publishing house in your genre, but have to wait 2 years to see your book in print, or self-publish with no expense or marketing assistance, but see your book in print within 3 months. I'd rather wait 2 years, because have most successful publishing company. Yeah, that's huge. Even if my book isn't amazing, I'll still get a good number of readers, which is no excuse. It's just true. So I'd much rather have a large audience again. You have a much smaller audience, like with a self-publishing. So, I mean, you don't, but it gets people less. So, write a goofy story or write a serious story. A serious story. Like, my stories will often have humorous undertones, and humorous events and stuff, and slapstick occasionally, especially in my first book. But I write in serious tones. Like, my child's story, there's worlds being destroyed, and it's very serious, and dangerous. It's a scary place. And then in my second book in the series, it's downright terrifying and bloody. Yeah. I'd much rather have serious than goofy. I don't mind having humor in a serious story at all, really. It's just which is the more stronger, the humor or the silliness, the humor or the story. That's what it seems like, you know. So if there's too much humor, it just takes away from the story, and I don't enjoy it. But yeah. So, have an authorial voice that always sounds like the narrator from Planet Earth, or have an authorial voice that always sounds like Captain Kirk And what me it has voice in quotation marks, as in like your writing voice. Um, See, I don't know what the narrator from Planet Earth sounds like. Um, I'll just go with Captain Kirk because I don't know what Planet Earth guy sounds like. Okay. So, write a story knowing that you will have to kill off the main character eventually, or write a story knowing that everyone the main character is close to um, will find you will eventually have to kill off. Um, I'd rather kill off the main character because it. I almost had something like that happen in one of my series where um, almost everyone the main character cared about died by the end of the series. It was pretty tragic, and I changed that. I think it's better for the main character to die in the end, rather than all of his family to die. So, or people he cares about die, you know. So yeah, 13. Leave your ending somewhat open and bittersweet, or leave your ending on a cliffhanger. Open and bittersweet. Like, cliffhangers have their place. I haven't written a lot of them at the end of books, so I don't know. I think they should be handled very carefully at the end of books, if used at all. Um, but yeah. So, open but bittersweet ending is better than a cliffhanger. Um, have your cover art designed by Tim Burton, or have your cover designed by Stan Lee? Probably Tim Burton. I'm more wild. Sean's gonna hate me and say, Danny, it should have been Stan Lee. Ah, whatever. So next one. Write in many different write in many different genres, or write only in one genre. Well, that's the thing I was talking about was like fantasy or sci-fi earlier. I don't fit into one genre. I'm already writing in more than one at the same time. So definitely write into in many different genres because I don't fit into one. Have all of your characters have some physical deformity, or have all your characters have some internal twisted nature? I don't know. Like, I've been thinking about the deformities of this last couple months, and well, deformities and disabilities and things like that make for interesting story ideas. But it's always you always want to have interesting characters, so I'm not sure. Probably there's more story in the twisted character one, so probably that one. Have an orphaned main character with good friends, or main character with a good-sized family and family problems. I think I do the good-sized family and family problems one because that's done less often, I feel like, and it'd be interesting to cover a different perspective. Because my main character in my Axel series, calling it the Dragonkin Chronicles right now. Thank you, Jackson. He is orphaned but has good friends. His family's gone. They left him. But yeah. So next, write about uncertain dangers and intrigue. Sorry. So write about uncertain dangers and intrigue, or write about direct confrontation and violence. I don't know, because I really like the uncertain dangers and intrigue part, but I'm not sure how to write it. So probably just direct confrontation and violence, but it sounds really fun to try uncertain dangers and intrigue out. So have to answer any question put to you by your fans or have no fans asking you a question. Answer any question. Wow. Um, yeah. And that was the last question. So yes, I'd much rather answer any question than not have any fans who ask me questions. All right. So that was it, you guys. We will speak again later. May dragons with you be with you, and God direct your path.